Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Learn How to Play Sins of a Solar Empire with me, Get Daved. So when we left off, a pirate raid was imminent. Let's just take a quick look. Now some people don't believe in paying off pirate raids. I am not one of them. When this red gauge fills, the pirates will be preparing to attack, and whoever has the highest bounty will be the target they pick. Some players don't really believe in going after the pirates, or in trying to control them, because it is a huge investment of money. You sort of have to watch this and be really paranoid that someone's gonna up the bounty on you.
Pirate raiders have departed.
That was nothing.
Very wise.
Alright, we're gonna send our capital ship in. We started researching volcanic evangelism, and this is a volcanic planet.
Is it time?
There we go. The autocast is now going for it. They probably just did not have enough antimatter to use the ability. Each ship has an antimatter stat. It grows and depletes just like your HP, or your hull and your shields. When you're under attack, generally your shields will protect you until they are out of points. So if this reaches 0 out of 450 for this Disciple vessel, its shields won't protect it. If the hull reaches 0 out of 425, the ship explodes. I mentioned earlier the Vasari have some weapons that pierce shields. That's true, so sometimes you have some shields left before you go down. Might as well. Okay, we're off to a pretty good start.
Speak your mind.
We can see generally how we're doing. If you don't have anything clicked, it'll give you a breakdown of your general standing. So we're doing so-so right now. With my third level of research, I wanted to, well, you know what, let's backpedal. So if you take a look at this research tree, we built 3 Temples of Harmony, and you can see that this solid, or like the solid fill, has gone 3 levels deep into the tech tree. Each Temple of Harmony lets us go 1 level deeper in the Harmony and Understanding trees. Each Temple of Hostility, of which we have 0, will let us go 1 level deeper here. With Advent, with most factions actually, I like to build enough Temples of Harmony or civilian research centers or whatever it is to get trade ports. And those are structures you can build that will help you make money. So I like that. I also really like these phase jump disruptors or inhibitors, but we'll deal with that later. That's where you have fun. So we're doing pretty good there. If you're playing with allies, a lot of these technologies are more important. We're not going to talk about them right now. We just wanted this persuasive offers, which basically means when we try paying off the bounty hunters, or pardon me, the pirates, if we put 250 down as a bounty on someone else, it'll actually go towards the pirates with 312. So it lets us get slightly more economical investments there. And again, some people don't believe in fighting off or bribing the pirates. They like fighting the pirates because it gets you easy experience points. I prefer the distraction they create.
We answer the call.
But there's lots of different opinions on that.
Planet development complete.
Alright. So, we want to do some building here, but we don't have enough crystal. At any point, you can buy it off the black market. And the prices fluctuate. So I'm going to buy some. It's automatically in units of 100. If you hold shift, it's a unit of 500. We don't need that much. Or I prefer to usually quintuple click. Quintuple click. There we go. So the value keeps dropping. So I'll just wait a little longer. I'm familiar with supply and demand. Economics. Alright. So I just bought 300, and that came out of the money. We could also sell our metal. Usually that you end up regretting that later.
Planet development complete.
So there's also a greenhouse planet coming up, and that's probably my next plan for colonization, so we're going to go for that. I'm also going to drop 1 into increasing our crystal extraction rate. Right now, we're going to build a trade port, and we're going to run out of crystal again. I take it back. We'll cancel... No, that's a good long-term investment. We'll just buy a little bit more crystal. And I will not be patient this time. Go to the Homeworld. I like to buy at least 1 trade port, and usually that fills up all of its logistic slots. You don't have a lot of room to actually do a lot with your Homeworld because it's got a lot of structures in place at the start. At our other outpost, I'm going to go with a Temple of Communion and a trade port as soon as we have adequate resources. Where'd all our money go?
Show me the path. Speak your mind.
These magnetic clouds stink. Every once in a while they'll have like an extractor resource there, like a crystal asteroid or something.
Construction finished.
You cannot call or claim those with your capital ship. You have to build this little missionary vessel, or for tech it's called a colony ship. You have to build one of those. And they can build sort of a temporary extractor for you. And then you can get resources from a system you have no planets in. It's kind of interesting. The Vasari are nice. They can get those really easily. We have a dead asteroid. It is nothing more than a rock in space. And you might be like, well, isn't that asteroid a rock in space? And no, this is a rock with some useful things on it. That other one is just a rock.
Speak your mind.
You'll see when we get there.
Construction finished. Say no more.
One other note about how I'm moving my fleet around. So if we take a look at them,
Speak your mind.
they all jump whenever they can. So this one's a little bit ahead of everybody else. So when they reach the edge of the system, they'll start spooling up their jump drive, and after a certain amount of time, they'll be able to jump to the next system. And you need to have, if you're a capital ship, I think they require antimatter. Ooh, we can level this up again. We'll go with Malice. Yeah. It lets the damage spread from other ships. It tends to really zip through your antimatter quickly, but that's fine. Anyway, I think capital ships need some antimatter to jump, but... Anyway, if you want everyone to move together, you can select the group that's moving, and you can just right-click this. And that'll make everyone move as one group.
All bounty has been depleted.
I usually don't care about that sort of thing. I often actually prefer if they don't.
What needs
Alright, our seeker vessel went to check out the pirate base.
Visualizing arrival.
It's hell. You can see mines everywhere and turrets and yeah, all sorts of terrible things. I'm also going to change my plan a little bit here. We're going to go after the dead asteroid first, just because it's slightly easier. Alright, along these star lanes you can start seeing the my faction color creeping along. What that means is our culture is spreading along those lines. Now this is important for a couple of reasons. Your home world will have 100% allegiance. One jump away, the planet can only have 90% allegiance. 2 jumps away, the highest is 80%, 70%, and it can get pretty low. A system exposed to your culture, which is represented by the color of these star lanes, will become more loyal. A system exposed to enemy culture will become less loyal. If allegiance drops too low, they leave you. They secede, and that's a really lame way to lose a system. Alright. I usually only start with one Temple of Communion. You can take out enemy planets with it, though, so eventually you might want more.
Is it time?
Alright, fleet's slowly moving along. Oh, I grouped
Commencing
them.
phase jump.
Moving as a group is much slower.
Destiny unfolds.
Also, when you're around a sun, A, you can't cut through the middle, and B, the scale is a bit different, so it takes a lot longer to move around one of those star systems. That's all. Alright, let's check out how things are going on the homeworld. Planet health is nice and high. We're getting good extraction rates. We have lots of money, lots of metal, not a lot of crystal. I'm going to buy a bit more. The price is reasonably low and rising fast. And we're going to get rid of some of our metal now. The price is pretty good. You lose out, right? Like you pay twice as much as you can sell for in general. If you're really into optimization, you can sometimes min-max, but you'll pretty much never operate at a profit. We could upgrade our culture spread, but I'm not worried about that yet. I do like forewarning, which tells you if an enemy is going to attack you. Knowledge aggregation is also a nice one. It's cheap and it improves your research rate by a lot. So I'm going to dump everything into that for now. And we're starting to build temples of hostility, which are very good. Generally speaking, I like to get 3 and research illuminators. And we'll talk a little bit about researching ships, actually. So, if I click on my planet... By the way, I could click on the frigate factory, which is over here, and build frigates that way. Frigates or cruisers. Or I could build on the capital ship and build, or the capital ship factory and build capital ships that way. But if you build a planet, you just get access to all of the resources around it. So that's what we'll do. If we look at the frigates, so we could build the missionary vessel, and if we had sufficient supplies, and we could build these other guys. That's it. But there's all these other ship designs, and they're good at different things. You can see the defense vessel is very good at shooting down enemy fighters. The purge vessel is good for bombarding. That's the big one. If you're trying to take over an enemy planet, bombs are a good way of doing that. So that's what the purge vessel is good for. The illuminator is good at lots of things, actually. And it has one ability I really like. The Vespa Corvette is cheap. It makes it sound, when you look at like strong versus all of these things. I mean, look, they're cheap. They're almost fighters. They're halfway between a fighter and a frigate, basically.
We answer the call.
All right, that one guy got a little bit ahead of everyone else, so we're just gonna pull it back. And we're gonna put some money on the pirate raid again, because it was really easy to get them to go after someone else and waste their time. Just keep your eye on it. I think I'll even... Nah, we should be okay. I don't want to lose any ships, so... You'll note I haven't been upgrading tactical capacity at all. And the reason for that is we don't really need to worry about it yet. Tactical capacity lets you build vessels, or structures that help you defend yourself. So, click on the planet and then click on tactical. We can see, at start, only beam defense platforms, but they're pretty good. They're more than a match for a frigate one-on-one. They could probably take about 2, and they're fairly cheap, so they're nice. We can research additional technologies and have all sorts of wonderful things here. Okay, pirates departed, but not after me, so that's okay with me. And we still did not lose any ships, so perfect.
Is ours.
We've almost captured
Say no more.
all of our neck of the woods. Alright, we're still doing okay. I'll say this right now. If you're playing this game and you ever have a ton of money, and I would consider this to be quite a bit of money actually.
Our fleet
If you don't know what to do, upgrade your fleet capacity and build a ton of ships. We're not going to do that though, because I know what I want to do in the semi-near future. Going to build another Temple of Hostility. Or 2. There we go. And I'm going to research Illuminators, which is going to be a new frigate design that is generally very good. We'll also research improving our shields and things like that. You can research upgrading the different weapon types as well, but not every ship uses every type of weapons. So, refined laser cannons. More damage? Great. But it will help my disciples, but not other vessels, like, say, these Illuminators I want to get into. They use beam emitters, which are different, and we can't research the upgrade for those yet. But if I upgrade shields, all Advent vessels have shields, so that's pretty helpful. Hull points are good too. If you're ever unsure of what to research your shields or your weapons, or just upgrade your general functionality. Now, in my opinion, this is very late in the game for me not to have upgraded my fleet capacity at all. At some point, you want to upgrade your fleet capacity so you can build more ships, but as you do this, it gives you a hit to all of your income, minus 9%. So all of these rates, if we mouse over, we can see the rates of how we're making money and everything. All of those are going to go down by 9%. Now, at first, that's not too bad, but the next level, 19, 28, 38. Eventually, you'll be running a huge deficit. You can have a massive fleet, but if that fleet gets destroyed, you're going to have such a crippled economy that it'll be extremely difficult for you to get it back, like to rebuild your ship, unless you have a huge sum of money waiting, because you're going to be getting resources to replace them at 1/4 the rate. You sort of offset that with other technology and expansion, but only upgrade if you're ready to churn out a huge fleet to eat all those resources right away. Because if you upgrade, have a whole bunch of spare supply standing, so we have like 104 spare supply, we're getting the economic penalty, but we're not even using it for the fleet, which gets us the strength in numbers to give us more advantageous encounters against enemies. That's no way to live. That is a good way of losing an empire, though. Real talk, everybody.
Knowledge acquired.
I'm also going to take a look at the security tab for the first time. This lets us build defensive structures, including star bases. To build a star base, you build a constructor vessel. In the case of the Advent, it's called the Italian Savior. I'm going to research that right now. Pretty much all these other things are good too, but if someone goes to attack me, they're going to come through the star first. So that's where our defenses should be.
Is it time?
Alright. We're going to send the capital ship through first. And then after that, everyone will follow.
Stand by for phase jump.
You can see it preparing to make its phase jump. Boom. And now everyone follows.
Very wise. Your time has come.
For general order of things, take out closest people first, and then once there's a giant horde, go after these siege frigates last. So the target we're going after right away, we should only really go after because he was close.
Heathens be purged.
Whoops, not what I meant.
Do not dare resist. Heathens be purged.
So you can see we have like a little bit of an inefficient pathing, but it should sort itself out by the time they arrive. You can also see my capital ship continuously using that malice ability. which means as we shoot one of them, we'll be doing damage to others as well. It should help us chip away at them. Alright, we have the Talion Savior, but we don't have the logistics to build it quite yet. We've done Greenhouse Evangelism, good. I'm going to research Homeworld Prophecy. This lets us have more people on desert planets, but more importantly, it lets me research the one that gives us more people on our homeworld. So that'll get us a little bit of money. Emphasis on the word little. I'm going to try improving our crystal extraction rate as well. That'll take a long time to pay off because we have so few. We'll get 2 more though. That might actually almost double our crystal extraction rate. Does not look like... yeah. Didn't look like he was in a good place.
What's on your mind?
You can see their little weapons doing nothing to the capital ship. Shields have a mitigation rate with them as well. So you take less damage while your shields are up. And they protect you from damage as well.
Destiny unfolds.
That's why shields are wonderful. The Advent have very strong shields, which makes them wonderful. We got to level up on our ship again, so we could have even more cost reduction if we colonize a planet. Truthfully, that's not that big a deal, though. Our other technologies, or other abilities, are more useful. Good time to research. Terrible time to sell metal, but I really do have so much. We can almost have that last temple that I wanted. We've got 4. No room. This planet over here. That is where we will get the last temple of hostility we need. I like having a trade port at every planet as well, because money. Money is always nice in this game. And we're about to colonize Danae, and then Deni? AE is usually E in Greek, and that's a Greek word.
The future.
You're learning all sorts of things. I guess the upgrade to colonize is also cheaper.
Knowledge acquired. Another planet joins the Unity.
Okay. Well, we'll deal with them right now. So, I was just upgrading my shields again. While it's cheaper, we're just going to upgrade everything right now, because that bonus that makes costs go down is fairly short-lived. We'll also build our extractors right away. And as usual, we don't have enough crystal for other things.
Speak your mind.
And I think that's pretty good. We've got our entire system secured now.
Say no more.
Our next priority is going to be to create a bottleneck here for when enemies inevitably come to try and kill us. But we'll deal with that in the next video, I think. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.